tradition, we begin our meeting with a Pledge of Allegiance, and we ask you to join us. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Price, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Young?
Here.
Mr. DeLauro?
Here.
Mr. Spickard?
Here. And Mrs. Chapman is out of town this week. And we have her permission to go forward. Initially, we have the pleasure of hiring in a new officer for in our police department, and for that purpose, I turn the matter over to our chief.
Thank you, sir. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Jack Simone. I'm the police chief here in Springfield Township. As far as the Board of Trustees, I want to thank you for coming here today. Thank you for the Marsh family for being here today. This is Mr. Spickard. He's our fiscal officer. Then there's Mr. DeLauro, Mr. Young, our Board of Trustees, along with Ms. Chapman, who's off today. Patty Price and Leanne is our administrative assistants for the township. Mr. Weinsheimer is administrative assistant for the Board of Trustees, and Deb Groves, our zoning administrator. So I wanted to introduce those folks before we got started. Really have a privilege today. We love when we get to do this. We bring new officers onto our police department. Ben Mars comes from us from Brimfield, but before we go any farther, we want to do a board motion. The board would approve the hiring of Ben as a full-time police officer with our agency. Board motion.
Certainly. I have before me the recommendation of our chief, and I move to hire Officer Benjamin Mars as a full-time police officer effective October 30th, 2023.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Okay, Ben is going to function as a school resource officer at the Educational Alternative School, and it's actually the old Young School building near Canton Road. Ben, who did you bring here with you today?
I brought my parents, Bill and Shirley Mars.
Okay. Ben graduated from Field High School. He went to Brigham Young University, where he got a degree in sociology. He comes to us from the Suma Health Police Department. So it's really an advantage for our department when we bring folks in here that have police experience. So he got a lot of experience, which is going to help him in his role over there at the alternative school. So Ben, if you want to come forward, we'll do your swearing in ceremony. Okay, stand right here, Ben. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Benjamin Jacob Mars,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm that I will support
or affirm that I will support
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the State of Ohio,
of the State of Ohio,
the laws and ordinances
the laws and ordinances
of the political subdivision
of the political subdivision
to which I am appointed,
to which I am appointed,
and to the best of my ability
and to the best of my ability
will discharge the duties of this office.
will discharge the duties of this office.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
It's a significant day for our department. We really like this young man. I would think he's going to be a real asset to our department and to the alternative school. We're also excited about this collaboration that we're having with the alternative school. We do have school resource officers currently in Springfield Township. We have one at Spring Hill Elementary School. We also have one at Schropp Intermediate School. We have the same officer does both. He also does Schropp Intermediate School. Heather Reback is here today. She's the principal and director at the alternative school. We had a lot of meetings with Heather to make sure that this was a right fit for your school. We took Ben up to the school. He toured the school. He had an opportunity to meet with the staff and talk with Heather. We all met together. We all agreed that we thought Ben would be a great fit for this position, so we're glad to have him here. An SRO has a different responsibility than our average on-the-road officers. He has an opportunity, and we shared this with Ben, to build something at that school, at the alternative school. Since they don't have an SRO there now, he can build a nice program there. He's going to have an opportunity to engage with the kids. He's going to have a number of, wear a number of hats. Number one, he's going to be there for security. But he's also going to be there to build a rapport and a relationship with the students in that school. So we think he's going to be a great fit for that. To Ben's family, thank you. It's because of your efforts that he has turned into the gentleman that he is today. It's because of you and your hard work that he's sitting here today. So we want to thank you for the sacrifices that you made to share Ben with us at our police department. Ben, God bless you for the sacrifices that you will make and the challenges that you're going to have in your new role at Springfield Police Department. And thank you for the sacrifices that you're going to make on behalf of this community. I want to welcome Officer Ben Mars to our police department. Congratulations.
We are excited for the recommendation and the appointment that we made. The chief is very excited based on your background, but especially for me, because that school was named for my grandfather, that I'm happy to see that we have the right fit here, and we're excited for the future.
Yeah, we do. It is nice that we have an opportunity, this partnership with Heather and her team over there at Educational Alternatives, brings another officer to our police department, puts an officer in that building to build a rapport with the students over there and the staff. And I know that they're going to like you. You really, this is something that he wants to do, be in there with the kids and with the staff. So, the other thing that we want to do tonight is that each year we award those officers that show a physical fitness or an initiative to achieve physical fitness. We do a test each year, and it's the SWAT standards. And the SWAT standards are the officers have to run a mile and a half. They do push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups. They do a shuttle run, and they have to bench press. All in accordance with their age, so there's certain maximum bench they have to make, a certain time on the run that they have to make in the run, in the mile and a half run, and in the shuttle run. And like I said before, it's the SWAT standards. We really encourage our officers to be good, physically fit. This is a demanding job. The problem with this type of work is that you're not getting a lot of activity usually during the day because you're taking reports or you're patrolling or in the office. So that these officers took the initiative on their own time to achieve these standards, it's a real credit to what they've done. So what I would like to do is I'd like to bring the officers up here one by one that have achieved the award this year. And we'll start off with Sergeant Gaffney. Then you can just step here, Joe. Okay. Sergeant Brady. Officer Hunter Chapman.
It's a meltdown.
Hunter facilitates these each year. He does a really nice job. He coordinates it. He documents everything for the awards, and then he also takes his own time to go out and make sure these guys join it. Or the guys that aren't able to make it that day, he rearranges his schedule and make sure that he's available for this thing. Austin here. Officer Cody Mead. Officer Jonathan McKenzie. Officer Jared Lawrence. Anyways, I do want to recognize these guys one more time for the job that they did to get that physical fitness each year. It's a lot of work, but we have a lot of fun doing it as well. So congratulations, guys.
Captain Moore, you have a matter?
Yeah, I think Lee or Ted. Of course, Ted. Oh, there's Austin. All right. You just arrested someone.
The other thing that we do with this award that the officers get to wear a pin on their uniform. We're pretty particular what they put on the uniform, so gives them an opportunity to kind of show that they completed those standards.
I just wanted to talk for just a minute. The chief had no idea I was going to be up here for this, but I just wanted to say that he never gets credit where credit's due for him either. He takes this PT test with all the officers twice a year, and he himself passes the SWAT standard as well. So I know nobody has ever probably recognized him. He's probably cringing right now, but I wanted to give him his certificate with his pin as well.
That means a lot, only because I know how much he hates doing public speaking.
Oh, it is. It's awful. Can you stand up there with them, Chief, just for a second?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna get out.
Well, we're going to do a recess. We'll do pictures.
Oh, okay.
That's what we'll do. So what we'll do is the board's going to take a quick recess.
Yes.
Then we're going to take some pictures up front. There's cake and refreshments in the hallway.
This board will stand in recess for 10 minutes.
The board, we're gonna come up with our own PT test. We're gonna see how many cookies we can eat and stuff like that.
This meeting back to order, and we have a couple of matters in front of us. Initially, I begin with the motion to dispense with reading of minutes to date and approve those minutes.
Second?
Roll call, Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Next, I move to approve payment of bills and payroll as prepared by the fiscal officer, subject to audit.
Second?
Roll call, Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Next, I move to approve nunc pro tunc, meaning now for then, payment to Robert Constant for legal services rendered in the amount of $5,150 and to be paid from Fund Line 1000-110-311-1009.
I guess I would second that one as well.
Roll call, Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Next, I move to approve nunc pro tunc, now for then, payment to Harps Becker for legal services rendered in an amount of $4,148.91 and to be paid from Fund Line 1000-110-311-1009.
Second?
Roll call, Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro, you have some matters
Yes,
for the board.
for the fiscal department, I move to approve the supplemental appropriations for 2023, which are Exhibit A, as prepared by the fiscal officer and submitted to the Summit County Fiscal Office.
I would second that.
Roll call, Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes. For the Parks Department, I move to approve the quote from DWA Recreation in the amount of $6,983.46 for replacement parts for the playground equipment located along the lakefront park, and this to be paid from Fund Line 1,610,500.
I would second that motion.
Roll call, Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes. And for the Police Department, I move to accept the Ohio Emergency Management Agency, ARPA, First Responder Wellness Recruitment, Retention, Resiliency Grant in the amount of $69,356.70. This grant was awarded to the Police Department for retention of OPATA certified law enforcement officers. Eligible officers must have a first date of employment on or before June 17, 2022, and must still be employed by the agency at the time of disbursement of the retention incentive.
I'm going to second that motion. I would indicate that our appreciation to Chief Simone for looking actively for grant opportunities for the police department. In particular, this was a grant opportunity that State of Ohio, under Ohio Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, provided a grant for stipends to be given to safety services personnel who have stuck in there through COVID and other hardship, and that this will provide a stipend, a bonus to officers that have hung in there and retained public employment. So we were appreciative to the chief for his work obtaining that grant.
Roll call, Mr. Young.
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes. And I move to accept the Summit County Emergency Management Grant in the amount of $33,313.20 for the purchase of 10 portable radios, which also includes the programming of the radios.
I would second that motion.
Roll call, Mr. Young.
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
And I might mention, right, as to this grant, it was through the efforts of Captain Moore, Captain Denise Moore, who has been successful in the past for the benefit of the police department in obtaining grants. This particular one was through her efforts. That are the business matters that were before us this evening. At this point in time, though, that we invite any public input. If there's anyone here to speak to us on any matter, this is an opportunity. Dave?
Thank you, Dean. Dave Hofer, 2099 Crumroy Road, and I'm a member of the Springfield School Board. This November 7th, there is an issue on the ballot for Springfield local schools, and it's been, I think, our 5th attempt at passing new money. Please look at the condition of our schools, our budget. Those reports are online. They can be looked up. And I would just ask people to consider voting wisely for the levy, issue 15th on November 7th. I am also running for re-election. And over my tenure, even before I got on the board, I was on the Building Advisory Committee. Saved this district a substantial amount of money in the first phases of the building phase when we decided to offer a ramp solution. The advice of David Zeller, the lead architect at the time, was it was going to cost us somewhere between $800,000 and $880,000 to dig all that dirt out. During that meeting of the Building Advisory Committee, I looked up and I said, well, if we don't have to dig it out, why would we? And he just kind of looked at me and everybody got quiet. I said, well, if the dirt makes compaction protocol and everything's okay, why would we dig it out and expend it to that cost? My thought to him was, if we have split level houses, can we have a split level building? And he wrote that suggestion down. Later in that project, we ended up having the bouncy floors. That's what everybody remembers the high school for. And I talked with a lot of people, architects, my uncle, people in competing construction firms, that the solutions that were put forward were viable. And I really thought at the end of the first term, I thought, if this is what being on a school board is like, on a construction project, I'm done. It was a very stressful time, but I think we have a building that will live its extended life expectancy of 60 plus years. And it is a gem in our district. I think it helps the township. It's a shining star of our school system. And my second term, I ended up pushing a House Bill 264, in which what you do is you end up getting quotes, we relamped all the buildings in the school system with LED lighting. We ended up getting 2 new boilers. And then you let your return on investment pay for that. And that pays out in about 7.5 years. So I pushed for that. Agreeing to bring busing. Busing was an interesting thing, but people said, why would you bring busing back in-house? People don't realize first student wanted a cost increase of 52%. At that point in time, it does make it fiduciary equitable to bring the busing back in-house, and that's where we moved to bring busing back in-house. We also built a bus garage because we were renting property over on Waterloo Road, and we thought, we're renting. We're not building equity into a building, and we used that rent money to build a bus garage with the idea of the bus washing bay was always a pull through, a pull in, and then you had to back a bus out. The new bus garage is a pull through, so you bring a bus in, wash it, pull it out, and actually it saves time. So if you have cuts 3 or 4 or 5 minutes off every bus, and you wash 20 buses, that actually is substantial savings because you have 4 to 6 people every time you do bus washing. So that actually helps. Voted no on the previous superintendent's 5-year contract. It was inflationary and out of touch, and I voted no. So not everybody always votes yes. I continue to work to represent Springfield over at Portage Lakes Career Center. I'm active with the Ohio School Boards Association Executive Committee, representing public schools, and as a delegate from Springfield at the annual OSBA, Ohio School Board Association's business meeting. Tongue-tied, it's been a long day. Legislative liaison with OSBA for both Springfield and Portage Lakes Career Center, and we'll continue to work towards fiscal common sense and growth in the Springfield School District.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, David. Is anybody else here to speak to us on any matter?
Deborah Davis, Wright Boulevard, Akron, Ohio. It's election time again, and I just want to say, Mr. Young, I appreciate the fact that you're running again, and I hope with all my heart you're reelected. I had the good fortune of working with you a number of years, and no one has any idea how much time and effort you put into this job. And you have this township at heart, and it was a privilege to work with you. And I hope you're here for many, many more years, because you have done a good job, and I hope you're here for a long time, and I hope you keep this township going exactly the way you've been doing.
I thank you for the good words. I'm not sure how much sand is in the hourglass, but I do look forward to another term here. So thank you. Is anybody else, and I will say I enjoyed serving with you, Mrs. Davis. Is there anybody else that's here to speak on any matter? I pause 10 seconds, and if I hear no one, I move to adjourn.
Announcements?
Pardon me?
No announcements?
Oh, that's right. You're helping us. Thank you, Leanne. Is that Leanne's work?
Yeah, that is Leanne's work.
We do have trick or treat in Springfield this Saturday. October 28th is this Saturday, and it's 5 to 7. Is that correct?
Yep, and our whole police staff will be out patrolling during that time in the community, in the neighborhoods.
That's great. I see the other announcement, I think, for benefit of the Women's Club in Springfield. You want to flash that up again? I don't know if the cameras pick up. Do you have the opportunity to?
This one?
No, not that one. Oh, That is another announcement, but
Well, I think.
That one got him all flustered.
yeah. The Springfield Township Women's Club has an annual craft show. It will be Saturday the 4th, and we wanted to announce it because we don't have another meeting prior to that time, between 9 and 4. It is quite an event held at the high school, and the booths with various crafters displaying really fill that building. So we commend you to attend the craft show put on by the Women's Club Saturday, November 4th, and it's an all-day event. Also, on Saturday the 4th, after you spent time at the high school, well, before you go to the high school, come over to the fire station. We have a pancake breakfast, and that is 8 a.m. to 12 noon. And we will see our firemen serving. So that's right here on the lakefront, November 4th, between 8 and 12. Now, have I hit all the announcements?
I think so. Yep.
Oh, the recycling days. Reworks does, and this is a great opportunity for our residents to get rid of materials otherwise are difficult to get rid of. The recycling center on Graham Road, 1201 Graham Road in Stowe, takes difficult to get rid of items, which includes some electronics, glass. I don't know if I am that familiar. You're more familiar.
They will also take paint, some hazardous materials. It's best to give them a call. Unfortunately, we don't have a phone number up there, but they're out. They have some different days and different hours. This must be something they're doing special over and beyond their normal week, their normal hours. But give them a call, check them out. They will take batteries, I believe paint, other hazardous materials as well.
It is November 7 and 8, which is Tuesday and Wednesday. November 7 and 8, noon to 4 p.m. So those are the announcements. Anything else that I have failed to do or announce? If not, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Thank you all for coming.